All right, this is the daily food record, and I'm going to show you how to go through and complete this. As you can see, I've already got some things in here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that we can see more of that. So you can see that there's a section for breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. And then across the top, we can see the 5 food groups plus the extra. So what you're going to do, as you take and record the foods that you eat, you're going to also put down what servings they are, and if it's a full serving or a half a serving or 2 or more servings. So let's look at my breakfast that I had here. I had yogurt, granola, berries, and then I had some hot chocolate. Now, yogurt, I had 1 cup of yogurt, so that counts as a single serving of dairy, and you can see that right here. I then had granola, and a granola, half a cup, counts as a serving of granola. So I come over here and I can see that I've got a serving of grains, breads, and cereals. I also had the handful of berries, and that counts as my fruit. My hot cocoa is going to count as an extra, so that's over there under an extra. Excuse me. For lunch today, I had stuffed shells. And when you look at a stuffed shell, some of you may have seen those. They're a type of pasta. And you put a mixture of different kinds of cheeses. There's some spinach and there's some parsley in there, but there's not enough spinach or parsley or eggs to count as a vegetable there or to count as a protein there, because there's only 2 eggs and we made a huge number of servings. So when I take my pasta, I look at my pasta here and come across, and that counts as under my breads, grains, and cereals. I'm going to zoom out again a little bit so you can see better. There. I have the cheese, and I have enough cheese that it counts as a dairy. I have my sauce. My sauce alone was not enough, but I also had green beans in there. And so that does count as a vegetable. And then I had a hard-boiled egg so that I could have protein. Now, I had water as a drink, but that doesn't count as any of our food groups. If you look down towards the bottom of the list, it says for each glass of water consumed, mark a box. I haven't done that yet, but I need to. I've actually had 2 glasses of water. I had the water I had for lunch, and then before that, I also had some water that I've sipped on most of the day, most of the morning, and I've had enough to count for 2. Okay, as a snack, because it's really hard for us to get enough servings in from our food groups without having snacks, we can, if we have healthy snacks, we can count those as part of our food groups. So you can see I've had one of my normal snacks. I've had apple, carrots, and celery, and I've had some nuts and seeds, or will have nuts and seeds. I haven't had them yet. I haven't finished the carrots and celery yet either, but I will. My fruit, my apple is going to count as a fruit. My vegetables are going to count there as a vegetable, the carrots and the celery, and the nuts and seeds count as a protein. Now, I haven't had dinner yet, so you can see that my dinner section is left blank. But after dinner tonight, I will go through and I will mark down what I had for dinner, and I'll be able to total up. So if I look down my list, for dairy at this point, I've had 2 servings. I know that I need to have 3. If I don't have any more dairy, I'm short on dairy. I'll do the same thing for each column, and I can compare whether I've had the correct number of servings that I need by looking at the number right below my total servings. Now, I also haven't recorded any of my physical activity yet. Most of my physical activity today at this point has been low level, just going up and down stairs, and I haven't marked it yet because I'm not done with the day yet. And I'll continue to go up and down stairs and walk around the classroom. But I can look at my watch, maybe, and I can see that my activity ring is almost closed, that's the red one, which tells me that I'm actually getting quite a bit of activity just from doing my up and down stairs. But you can see that my exercise time, which is the little tiny green one in there, was not very full. And that's the one that monitors my moderate to vigorous activity. I'll need to go do some walking or some exercising of some sort later today and record my minutes there. We need to remember that when we can do it more than one time in a day, we can do it over several times, and we would like to end up with a total of 60 minutes of our moderate to vigorous activity. Okay,